Hello students, in this video we are going to see CBSE class 9 maths, the first chapter number system. We are going to go through this chapter part by part. Okay, so in this first part we are going to learn about the number system, that is the basic types of numbers which you might have come across in your life till now in all these years, and what we are going to look through in this year as well. Okay, the basic types of number systems which we already know are natural numbers. So you all will be familiar about the natural numbers. And there is another thing called whole numbers. Natural numbers, whole numbers, and then we are going to talk about something called as integers. So these three you might be familiar with from your previous classes. We are also going to learn about something called rational numbers and irrational numbers. So in this video we will be going till this, and from the next video onwards we are going to look about the irrational numbers. First we are going to see about the natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? Natural numbers are the numbers which are starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, and the symbol with which we represent natural numbers is going to be capital N. Okay, so we denote a set of natural numbers with a letter N. Next one is about the whole numbers. So in whole numbers we are going to have whatever we had in the natural numbers plus the 0, including the 0, we call it to be whole numbers. That is, we'll have 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and the symbol with which we represent the whole number is going to be W, capital W. Then comes the integers. So till now we saw about 0 and the natural numbers which are going to be called as the whole numbers. So these two together we call them as whole numbers. Now along with this, if we are also having the negative numbers, okay, we are going to have all the set of negative numbers, that is we are going to call it to be negative integers. We can call this as positive integers. Okay, and we are going to include these also. This entire set is going to be called integers. This entire set is going to be called integers. Okay, so the symbol for representing integers is going to be capital Z. Okay, it's going to be capital Z. Why capital Z? Is because this Z comes from a German word called Zahlen, which means to count. Okay, so the symbol is going to be Z, that is going to be Zahlen, which means to count. So in your integers, so what are the numbers which you will have? You will have minus so many values, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, this entire set is, we are going to call it to be integers. You are going to have two things called positive integers and negative integers. Okay, the next thing is about the rational numbers. Don't be worried about the new name. This is nothing but your ratio. See, you have the word ratio. Okay, so ratio means what? Whatever we write in terms of fractions, that means of the form P by Q, where you have a numerator and a denominator. Okay, so whatever you mention it as a ratio, you call it to be rational numbers. And whenever you have a ratio, you know that you will have a quotient also. Hence the symbol for the rational numbers is going to be Q, capital Q. The symbol for the rational numbers is going to be capital Q. So the condition for this is that we should have a P and we should have a Q that is a numerator and denominator, and the important condition is that the numerator should not be equal to 0, because if you have any number divided by 0, then the number is going to be not defined. Okay, hence you cannot have the denominator to be 0. This is an important condition for the rational numbers. Have you understood this, children? Yes. Similarly, you also have equivalent fractions. For example, if you have a number to be 3 by 15, you can reduce it to what? 1 by 5. You can also have it to be 2 by 10. Okay, in this you can see that this number would be the final ratio, and you can see that here the P and the Q are co-primes. The P and the Q are co-primes. Co-prime means they do not have any factor other than 1. That means co-prime means no common factor other than 1. Other than 1. If you have another cofactor other than 1, then you can reduce it to such a fraction 1 by 5 P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes. So they are called to be equivalent rational numbers or fractions. So all these three you can name them as equivalent rational numbers or fractions. Have you understood this, children? Yes. So this is about your rational numbers. This is about your rational numbers. So later on we will also see about irrational numbers in the further classes, that is after the exercise 1.1. okay, so we'll do a quick recap. So what are the things which we saw first? Natural numbers, so represented by the symbol that is capital N, and the numbers are 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we saw about whole numbers. The symbol is W, and it also includes 0 plus the natural numbers. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then we spoke about the integers. Okay, so integers we are going to represent it by the symbol capital Z, and you will have the negative integers and the 0 and the positive integers. So all these things you will have. Okay, so finally we saw about the rational numbers. So rational numbers, you are representing it by the letter Q, and then here you will have it of the form P by Q with the condition Q not equal to 0. Is it clear, children? Yes. Have you understood these concepts of numbers? Okay. So we will see the next concepts in the next part 2. Okay. Hope you understood this. If you have any doubt, look back the video once again and try to understand. Thank you, children.